Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Krishan Karunarathne from the Department of Aquaculture and Fisheries, Wayamba University of Sri Lanka. Let me to present about jellyfish fishery in Sri Lanka. Most of the Asian people know, but other people perhaps don't know what is Sri Lanka and where is situated. It's a tropical country, island, situated nearby the southern tip of India. Two major monsoons affect that one, and the northeast coast is affected by northeast monsoon during December to February, and southwest monsoon affects the southwest coast during May to September. We don't have a delicacy for jellyfish in Sri Lanka. Therefore, in Sri Lanka, value of jellyfish is 0 or negative value, negative because of the hazardous nature. Due to exportation value, we have identified a good potential considering a high value, valuable group of species. Jellyfish fishery is considered as an extra opportunity to support the livelihood fishermen, making the value for bycatch species. So far, there is no any study has been conducted on jellyfish fishery in Sri Lanka. As we found in a separate study, there are two species which are exported from Sri Lanka. One is Crambionella orsini, and another one is Laburnumyrus gracilis. Crambionella orsini is exported from the south east coast, and the Laburnumyrus gracilis is exported from the northwest coast. As there is no study on jellyfish fishery in Sri Lanka, so we have attempt to conduct a questionnaire-based survey from 2016 to 2020, and sample frame used to collect cost and return data from two coast areas of Sri Lanka is like this. And furthermore, we collected some production data and export data from Sri Lankan customs with the permission. Results. So firstly, we have identified the locations where the temporary processing plants activated along the Sri Lankan coastline during the last 2 decades. The Kirinda and Puttalam areas are the places where jellyfish processing plants were active in abundantly. A ball type jellyfish fishery is a group activity with mechanized boats in the sea of the southeast coast, while the white type jellyfish fishery is done by individual fishers by using non-mechanized boats in lagoons located along the northwest coast. In both of the cases, scoop nets are used to catch these jellyfishes. We can identify 5 key steps in processing. So bills and oral arms of both the species are separated and washed, processed in separate tanks, and they are sorted. The 5 major steps are cleaning, first curing, second curing, sorting and packaging. However, within the steps, there are some variations among these 2 species. As you can see this graph, the Crambionella production has been carried out in 2007, 8, 10, and 17. The highest production was reported in 2018, which was about 1,200 tons, and the least was about 50 tons in 2010. The major markets for Crambionella of Sri Lanka is Vietnam, China, Thailand, Taiwan, Maldives, and India. As you see in this graph, the production of Lobodomydes gracilis has been done in 2008, 11, 15, and 2017. The highest production was reported in 2011, and the least was in 2008, which was around 11 tons. And the markets for Sri Lankan Lobodomydes gracilis is Taiwan, Vietnam, and Singapore. You can see the flow of jellyfish products, imports, and supporting services among the key stakeholders of jellyfish value chain in Sri Lanka. There are two paths from fisherman to the buyer. The first one is from fisherman to processor directly. The second one is from fisherman to processor through an intermediary collector. In most of the cases, the intermediary collector involves value chain. Fishermen harvest jellyfish and deliver them to intermediary collectors within 2 to 5 hours. Intermediary collectors receive them and wash them and deliver to processors. They are the exporters as well, to processors within an hour, and the processors receive them, process, package, deliver to the international market within 7 to 30 days. Here you can see the cost and returns per kilogram of jellyfish through the supply chain of Sri Lankan jellyfish fishing industry. Here the production is also mentioned for two species. Capital A and B are respectively arms and bales. Here TC is total cost, GR gross revenue, and NI the net income. So however, I'm not going to explain this one further in detail. Not only pros, but there are also cons in this industry. Some are regular health issues can be observed in jellyfish handlers, and they damage to mangrove cover to build jellyfish processing plants, and breeding sites are provided for mosquitoes by the abandoned jellyfish processing tanks on the beach, and some broken tanks can make the shoals unpleasant, and there are some bad smell as well. So our current jellyfish fishing industry cannot be expand further as we think, so we have suggested to harvest 2 more species in Sri Lankan waters. They are Crambion masticifora and Ropiloma hispidum. We have introduced 2 new fishing grounds as well, and also rather than exporting jellyfish in bulks, so we are recommend to send them with value added products. So I'd like to conclude my study. Sri Lankan jellyfish fishery is a highly seasonal one, and 2 species are exported from southeast and northeast coast of the country, and this industry is important for the country's economy. More attention should be paid to minimize the adverse effects of the fishery, and also there is a potential to harvest 2 more edible species from Sri Lanka. So I would like to acknowledge Dr. Lucas Broth, Mr. Ajahn Rajsurya, Dr. Siddiq, and the stakeholders of Sri Lankan jellyfish fishing industry for providing us with relevant information and literature. This work was financially supported by the National Science Foundation of Sri Lanka. See, these are some references I used in the study. Thank you very much.